Okay, welcome to APPSC Environment Marathon. So today we'll look into some questions of environment, and then we'll try to analyze how to approach these questions, and we'll see what are the common themes that are covered in use. Because when it comes to environment, usually you'll get a weightage around 10 to 12 questions. So out of these 10 to 12 questions, most of them will be current affair based questions. So in APPSC you'll get 10 to 12 questions. So out of them, mostly 60 to 70% will be from current affairs. So how do you navigate these current affairs? So that will be the first part of this session. So in the second part, we'll see some model questions and then try to understand how do you address these questions. So the first part is, so what are the sources? Sources second nunchi. First one, with respect to current affairs, our first source has to be monthly magazine. You take any reputed institute. So monthly magazines from any reputed institute for the past 12 months. So 12 months need to be covered. So on top of that, if you have time, go to PIB news. So PIB have year-end annual reviews. So go to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and try to read that document. It is very short, so where you will get an overview of all the government programs taken in this year, so in the previous year. So these are two valuable sources of current affairs. And apart from that, if you have time, I would suggest you to go back to static portion, because static is very rewarding in terms of environment rather than focusing too much on current affair, because current affairs is kind of unreliable area, especially when it comes to environment. So I would suggest you, so rely on static portion more. Now coming back to APPSC Marathon, so now we'll see some commonly asked questions and then we'll try to understand if there is some common pattern. Okay, let's see the first question. The first question says the photochemical smog occurs in warm, dry and sunny climate, whereas the second statement says photochemical smog is a reducing mixture, and so it is also called as reducing smog as it is major cause of diabetes in the polluted cities. So now when we think of smog, so there are two types of smog. So smog is nothing but the mixture of smoke plus fog. So this is nothing but a mixture of smoke and fog. So here we have two types of smog. One is a classical smog, which is a mixture of nitrous oxide plus pollutants plus fog. So usually the classical smog is a reducing agent, whereas the photochemical smog is formed due to this is formed due to the activity of ozone at the territorial level. So if there is presence of ozone at terrestrial level, so that is what we call it as photochemical smog. So this is a mixture of ozone along with nitrous oxide plus sunlight, in the presence of sunlight. So that is why we are calling it photo. So due to the presence of sun. So this is oxidizing compared to, so this is oxidizing in nature, and this needs warm, bright atmospheric conditions. Okay, na? So with this background understanding, now we will see the answer. So the first one is photochemical smog occurs in warm, dry and sunny climates, which is the correct. Second one is chemically photosynthetic smog is a reducing mixture. Again, this is wrong because it is oxidizing in nature. So if you remove that, the option will be 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. Okay, na? So next. Consider the following statements regarding reduction in farm fires in Punjab. So the question is on farm fires in Punjab. The first statement says the number of stubble burning incidents in Punjab has decreased by 50% compared to the same period in the previous year, which is the correct statement, because due to the lot of action by the Delhi government and the central government and the Punjab government, we are seeing the decrease in farm fires up to 50%. So 50% reduction on the. The next statement is reduction in farm fires is primarily attributed to use of stubble as fuel by industries as part of XC2 stubble management program. So here we need to understand the first word XC2 stubble management. So means we are taking this stubble outside the field. So manam field baitik తీసుకెళ్ళి we are using it as a part of fuel for certain industries, because of which the incidence of fire burning has been coming down. So which are both are correct. So the statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So because of which we are marking this A. Now coming to the next question. So which of the following statements regarding global declaration for river dolphins and river dolphin species is correct? So this is a very recent declaration. So in this, several countries where the Gangetic dolphins have been present have taken the initiative and a pledge to conserve the dolphin population. So the first option says the dolphin declaration was adopted by India, Nepal and China. So India and Nepal are certainly signatories, but China is not a signatory. So because of which this option is going to be wrong. The next one is Amazon river dolphin, Boto, is endangered on the IUCN list, which is correct. Almost all river dolphin species are endangered. Next, the Yangtze River, finless porpoise, is unique to Yangtze River. So in the name itself there is Yangtze River. So Yangtze River finless porpoise is unique to Yangtze River. That is also correct statement. The next statement is the global declaration of river dolphins is to eradicate gull nuts, reduce pollution. So again, when we are looking into this, so again this is also correct. So the option will be 2, 3, 4 only. Now the next question. So consider the following statements with respect to the climate finance. So climate finance, so again this is also a very important area, a very emerging area with respect to environment. So if you see this, the first one is the Copenhagen Climate Change Conference mandated developing countries to provide financial resources to the developing countries. So ikkada question enti ante, so in this Copenhagen Climate Finance Summit, so it is saying that the developed countries have pledged to support the developing countries. So when did this happen? So the Copenhagen climate change happened in 2009. So during that time they did not pledge any such support. So this happened in the Paris Climate Summit. So this is wrong. So this happened during Paris Climate Summit. 2015. So the first statement will be wrong. The second one, in the Paris Climate Change Agreement, developed countries made a commitment to mobilize 100 billion per year by 2020. So again, the statement is correct, but this did not happen in Paris Climate Change. So Paris Climate Change Agreement time lo jaragaledu anamata. So this happened in the Copenhagen Summit. So here they have interchanged the options. So by this logic, so they ask which are incorrect. So both are incorrect, both 1 and 2. So which among the following statements with respect to blue flag certification? So the question is about blue flag certification. So blue flag certification is done by an NGO. So it's done by an international NGO. It's not done by any governmental organization. So the first statement states it is done started in the year 2018 as part of UNEP Beat Plastic Pollution Program. So which is incorrect because it is not done by that. The second one, water quality is the only parameter considered for the certification. So again, wherever there is a word only, you have to be very skeptical. So usually the options which says only, limited, so these things will be usually wrong. So we can eliminate that. So this is also wrong. The next one is it is run by Foundation for Environmental Education Denmark. So this is correct. So India has only 3 blue flag certification beaches. So which is again wrong. So India has around 12 beaches as of now. So now the correct answer will be C for 5th question. Now we'll move on to the next question. So in the sixth question, consider the following statements. Man and Biosphere Program is intergovernmental scientific program launched by UNEP. So ఇక్కడ వరకు కరెక్ట్గా ఉంది, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లాంచ్డ్ నాట్ బై UNEP, ఇట్ ఈస్ లాంచ్డ్ బై UNESCO. So the second part is World Biosphere Reserve Day is celebrated on October 3rd every year. Again, here very factual question, you cannot guess this kind of questions, either you know it or you don't know it. So this is again not on October 3, so this is on November 3, so this is wrong. Third, Ridge to Roof is the theme of the Asian meet which was recently concluded in Asia in Chennai. So again it is correct. The fourth one, Man and Biosphere Program enhances the human environment relation through combination of natural and social sciences. Again this is also correct, so the correct option will be B, 3 and 4 only. Okay na? So everybody is clear till how? So now we'll come to the next one. So most developing countries have listed their adaptation requirements in the Climate Action Plan or NCDs. So the question is saying that most developing countries, it's not about developed countries, it is about developing countries. So they are saying that the developing countries have listed their pledges towards individually determined national contributions. So again, which is correct? The statement 2 is saying that in 2021, USD 21 billion flowed into the developing countries for adaptation projects, which was increased substantially from the previous year. So if you don't know, think of this year. So this is the year of COVID. So when every country is struggling, so in 2021 we have second wave of COVID. So in this time, the countries will not be favorable in transferring money to other countries. So that is the reason why in that year we noticed a substantial decrease in the flow. So decrease in flow, so this is wrong statement. So by this logic, statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. And then the next question, which of the following statements are correct regarding the measures taken to curb air pollution in India? So air pollution ni curb cheyadaniki manam eme measures istunam India lo. So one of the first option says that the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forest notified the Graded Response Action Plan in 2017. It is only to be implemented in emergency situation. So again this is correct. So the 2017 year is correct option. So Graded Response Action Plan, which is to be implemented in National Capital Territory, so NCT of Delhi, has been started in 2017. It is only used in case of emergency situation where the AQI level or the air quality index breaches certain thresholds. So based on that, there will be graded action. And then the next option is Red Light on Gadi Off campaign. So Red Light on Gadi Off campaign is an environmental campaign run to make the diesel consumption of vehicles low. So this was the initiative by Delhi government, not the Punjab government. So again this is correct. So if you see a question, when you see a question, think of what can be given to confuse the student. So student ni ekkada confuse cheyochu. So usually when they say it is Delhi government, so usually it will be Punjab government, or if they say Punjab government, it has to be some other government. So students confuse areas two untayi anamata. The first one is who is doing it. So they will change the name of the organization. For example, they say this report is given by WHO, but maybe WHO is not giving that report, maybe some other organization is giving that report. So you have to be very careful when they say somebody is doing something. Lekapothe they will say this is done by Department of Science and Technology or Department of Environment. Maybe it is not the Environment Ministry, maybe some other ministry is doing. So whenever you see a name of the organization or a name of the ministry, you have to be very skeptical. Is this ministry doing this thing? So does this ministry have the capacity to do this thing? So that is how we have to understand. Next, so Happy Seeder, Turbo Happy Seeder, a machine that can cut and uproot stubble, eliminating the need to burn and desired by ICR. So again this is correct. So Happy Seeder, that is the idea. So the idea of Happy Seeder is to ensure that whatever is the stubble left, suppose after cutting grass, suppose we have some stubble, so instead of burning that, so what are we doing? In case of Happy Seeder, we are removing the stubble from the ground. So from the ground we are uprooting the stubble and then we are giving it to industry to use as fuel. So thus eliminating the case of stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana. Next we have Justice Lokur Committee to monitor and curb stubble burning in Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Again, this is also correct fact. So 3 and 4. Okay. So what is the primary legislation that provides the legal framework for environmental impact assessment in India? So again, when it comes to environmental impact assessment, so this is also another favorite area for APPSC. So you have to concentrate what is EIA, what are its uses, so under what act it is being upheld. So for example, EIA started in 1976-77. So when the Department of Science and Technology asked to look at the river valley projects from a perspective of environmental conservation, and after that we have taken EIA primarily from the USA. So USA we have taken inspiration, and then we have started conducting our own EIA. So this EIA is enacted under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. So 1986 contains the provision for the protection of environment, under which we are currently taking up the EIA. The next one is, consider the following statements with respect to hazardous waste management transboundary movement rules 2016. So here we are talking about hazardous waste. So whenever there is a question, so understand the context of the question. So question context అర్థం చేసుకోవడం try చేయండి. Here we are talking about hazardous waste, so which is a dangerous waste, and again we are talking about the transboundary movement. So transboundary movement means the waste is moving across the boundary. సో ఒక స్టేట్ నుంచి ఇంకో స్టేట్కి, లేదంటే ఒక కంట్రీ నుంచి ఇంకో కంట్రీకి మూవ్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో అలాంటి కేసెస్లో, సో కీప్ ఇట్ ఇన్ మైండ్, వై విల్ ఏ కంట్రీ ఎలో ద వేస్ట్ విచ్ ఈస్ డేంజరస్ ఇన్ టు ద కంట్రీ. సో ఒక కంట్రీ ఎందుకు వేస్ట్ని ఎలో చేస్తుంది కంట్రీలోకి, సో దాని గురించి ఆలోచించండి. నౌ ద ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ సేస్, ఇన్ 2019 amendment ద సాలిడ్ ప్లాస్టిక్ వేస్ట్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ ప్రొహిబిటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇంపోర్ట్ ఇన్ టు ద కంట్రీ బట్ అలౌడ్ ఇన్ సెజ్. సో కంట్రీలోకి ఎలా చేయట్లేదు వేస్ట్ అన్నాడు, బట్ ఈస్ గివింగ్ దట్ దెర్ ఈస్ అన్ ఎక్సెంప్షన్ ఫర్ సెజ్ ఏరియాస్. సో సెజ్ ఏరియాస్ కోసం ఎక్సెంప్షన్ క్రియేట్ చేశారు అన్నాడు. సో విచ్ ఈస్ ట్రూ, సో విచ్ యూస్ టు బి ట్రూ. సో 2019 ముందు ద కంట్రీ హ్యాస్ ప్రొహిబిటెడ్ the ban of plastic waste import, but it was allowed in CEZ. But we realized that India has developed a lot, and now the pollution coming from CEZ has increased beyond a threshold. So threshold beyond undi kabatti what we did in the 2019 amendment, we removed the exemption. So ikkada unna exemption edaithe undo danni manam remove chesanam. So now in 2023 the country cannot import even to the CEZ areas. So CEZ area ki kuda import chesukodaniki exemption ledanamata. And then the second one is, it works under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So why will hazardous waste, so hazardous waste ఏ మినిస్ట్రీ కింద ఉండాలి? సో does this ministry has capacity? So Ministry of Commerce will have capacity to monitor the environmental impact? No. Whenever there is a question on ministries, so understand the role of ministry. So what is this ministry work? So to promote trade and commerce. Why will the Trade and Commerce Ministry look into environmental concerns? So this is wrong. So this is done by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So now the question is, which are correct? So nothing, both 1 and 2 both are wrong. So with reference to Project Cheetah, consider the following statements. Under this project, India has imported 12 cheetahs from Namibia, 8 cheetahs from South Africa. So at the first sight, this seems like correct, but the problem is we have imported 8 cheetahs from Namibia and 12 cheetahs from South Africa. So remember, South Africa is our closer friend. So we have imported 12 from South Africa and 8 from Namibia. So this option is wrong. Then the major problem of this project is the man and animal conflict. So which seems like correct option. So in the first sight it seems like correct option because there is a lot of worrying about the fact that these cheetahs may come to the rural areas and have man and animal conflict, but that worry has been subsided because the most important challenge, the major problem of this project is the acclimatization of the cheetahs to Indian environment, because they are coming from Africa. So when they are coming from Africa to India, the most important problem this cheetah face will be acclimatization to Indian conditions, because they are coming from Africa So as of now, we have not seen any man-animal conflict in the cheetah relocation project. Next, Kuno National Park is located on the border of Gujarat and Maharashtra state. So again, this is also wrong. So this is located not on border of Gujarat and Maharashtra, but in border of UP and Maharashtra. So UP Maharashtra border lo undi. Sorry, not even Maharashtra, it's in Madhya Pradesh. So UP Madhya Pradesh border. Again, India has achieved the target of 140 total cheetah months under this project, which is correct because we have achieved not 140, even 142. So, okay, so the question asks, what is the incorrect statement? So, incorrect statement is dinlo. So, all are incorrect except the fourth one. So, 1, 2, 3 will be the answer. Okay, now we will see the next question. With reference to United Nations Convention on Climate Change, consider the following statements. The first meeting of conference of parties was held in Kyoto, Japan. Again, it's not in Kyoto, Japan, so that is wrong. So, the Global Climate Fund was served as an operating entity for climate finance mechanism in the convention's entry into force in 1994. So again, if you see, there is nothing like Global Climate Fund, there is Green Climate Fund. So Green Climate Fund undi, and also we have Global Environmental Facility. So GCF an entity ledanamata, so you can safely eliminate this option as wrong. Now the next one is the Kyoto Protocol only binds the developing country and the places a heavier burden on them under the principle of common but differentiated responsibility and respect to capabilities. So here only binds the developed countries and places a heavier burden on them under the principle of common but differentiated responsibility. Again, this is correct because we are giving more responsibility to the developed countries, and the objective of UNFCCC is to stabilize the greenhouse gases and concentrations in the atmosphere at the level that will prevent damages. Again, this statement is also correct. So here how many statements are correct? So first one is wrong, second one is wrong, third one is correct, fourth one is correct. So the answer will be only 2 are correct. Get it? Next, consider the following statements regarding petroglyphs, pictoglyphs and rock art. So the petroglyphs are images created by carving, engraving or scratching the rock surface. Again, this is correct. So petro means rock, glyph means drawing. So you have to break down the word petroglyph. It means carving on the rock. Again, pictographs are images made by paintings on rocks in walls. So pictographs, in case of pictographs, what do? We draw images on the rocks. So the third one is rock art is a generic label or tag often applied to both petroglyphs and pictographs. So again, this is correct. So the Konkan region is known for its petroglyph sites. Again, this is correct. So in this question, all are correct. So the answer is they asked about incorrect. So none of the above is the correct answer. With reference to CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. So consider the following statements. The organization was originally constituted in 1984 under the Air Act. So again, this is correct. Even though the organization was considered under Air Act, its power have been increased under the Water Act. So Water Act also increasing its powers. Again, CPCB considers. Okay, I think this was constituted not under the Air Act, but it was constituted under Water Act. So originally constituted under Water Act, but its powers has been increased in the Air Act. So CPCB considers PM 2.5, PM 10, carbon monoxide, lead and oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, while quality monitoring of air. So here it does everything except lead. So it doesn't measure the lead. So how do you remember? So you have to remember everything, whatever is being monitored. So lead is not being monitored, so that makes this option wrong. So it provides technical assistance and guidance to the state boards. Again, this is correct. Advise the central government on any matter concerning prevention and control of water and air pollution. Again, this is correct. So out of these statements, how many are correct? So 2 statements are correct. 15. With reference to greenhouse gases, consider the following statements. The greenhouse gas bulletin is released by UNEP and IPCC combinedly. So again you'll see, so the greenhouse gas bulletin is a biennial report. Now the problem is this is not a biennial report, this is an annual report. And again, so this greenhouse gas bulletin is released not by UNEP but by World Meteorological Organization, WMO. So how do you remember all these things? There is no easy way, but one hint you can take is when it comes to monitoring of gases. So gases monitor cheyadapudu, so you need to have a lot of capacity, you need to have a lot of observatories around the world. So world should too, you need to have a lot of observatories. So in that case you have to think of the capacity of the organization. So organization ki unna capacity gurinchi alochinchalannamata. So in that case the UNEP may not have that much capacity, whereas the World Meteorological Organization will have its offices everywhere. So all offices prati city lo untai. So their function is to measure weather. So meteorological so World Meteorological Organization function weather measure cheyadam anamata. So to measure weather they have to have offices around the world. So across the world they will have offices and observatories. From that they will gather data which is required to publish something like greenhouse gas bulletin. So whenever there is a question, think of whether this organization has a strength. So your organization ki strength unda, or does it have a capacity to undertake these things. Next, the greenhouse gas bulletin is okay, that's over. So next, the greenhouse gas concentration have been particularly high during warm periods and low during cold periods. Again, what is the role of greenhouse gases? They'll warm up the environment. So environment warm ga undi ante dani artham enti, already there is a lot of greenhouse gas. If the environment is cool, there is a chance that the concentration is low. So this is correct. So they ask how many are correct. So only one is correct out of all these things. Now the next question. So consider the following statements. The primary cause of toxic foam. So the toxic foam that is observed, again toxic foam, so that basically in Telugu nuraga. So manam water meda we observe a lot of foam during some months. So ఇది ఎందుకు అంటే primary cause of the toxic foam in Yamuna river is the excessive release of biochemical oxygen demand. So the statement says foam is coming because of biochemical oxygen demand, which is not correct. So foam is coming usually due to mixture of detergents into, so manam intlo vade detergents, when they mix in the water, so that will lead to creation of foam, or when there is excess phosphorus. So excess phosphorus in the soil, can also create foam in the soil. Okay, next, the froth is mainly due to high levels of phosphate. Again, this is correct. Just now we discussed phosphates in the soil from untreated effluents like sewage. This is correct. So the correct option is, so they ask incorrect. So the first one is incorrect. The next statement is, with reference to the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, consider the following statements. IPCC was set up by UNEP and World Bank. Again, think of capacity. So capacity gurinchi aalochinchandi. So IPCC needs an environmental approach, needs a worldwide observation. So in this case, it is not the World Bank, it is the World Meteorological Organization. So in case of climate change, in case of a lot of climate reports, so it will be usually World Meteorological Organization, which is very, very active. And now IPCC has its own research team which conducts experiments on climate change. Again, this is wrong. So they don't have own research team. They do research by pooling other resources. So where resources ni pool cheyadam valla, they will acquire the knowledge required to publish their annual reports. So assessment reports publish cheyadaniki, they'll take data from somewhere else. So this is wrong, this is wrong. So which are correct? So none of them are correct. Now see the following pairs. So pollutants, the particulate matter PM 2.5, PM 10. So what does it do? It causes irritation to eyes, throat, lungs. So it is here. And then the next one is sulfur dioxide. So what is the role of sulfur dioxide? It causes so cardiovascular issues and heart diseases. So again this is correct. So nitrogen dioxide, so what does it do? It causes respiratory problems and aggravated asthma. So this is correct. And then carbon monoxide, so reduces oxygen supply to the body. So again this is correct. So how many are correct? Only 2 are correct. Okay na. So now some people may ask, does PM 2.5 does not cause respiratory problems? So didn't cause it. Yes, it will cause. We are talking about only the major causes. Okay, if you want to talk about minor or subsequent ancillary causes, so anything can cause anything, but in case of major causes, so particulate matter is usually causing irritation of eye, nose and throat. So by this logic, so this will be correct. So the next question is, consider the following statements regarding the global carbon budget and India stance at COP28. So the principle of common but differentiated responsibility has been a guiding factor in global climate policies since UNFCCC in 1992, which is again a correct statement, because this is the foundational principle of all the climate action that we are taking. So మనం తీసుకునే అంత క్లైమేట్ యాక్షన్కి సో ఇదే ఫౌండేషన్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ అనమాట. సో దిస్ హ్యాస్ నాట్ బీన్ వైలేటెడ్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్ వన్ COP summit. So every COP summit has been consistently following this principle. So this is correct. So now we see IPCC AR6 assessment report 6 reports that the developing countries have appropriated a disproportionately larger share of global carbon budgets to date. So basically they are saying that the rich countries are producing too much of carbon dioxide, whereas the poor countries are not having enough. So which is factually true. So if you want to know the actual numbers, so 20% of population lives in rich countries, but they produce 70% of carbon emissions. So 70% of carbon is produced by 20% of population which lives in rich countries. So again, when it comes to India's per capita CO2 emissions are higher than the world average. So always an important trick to remember, whenever there is a word per capita, so per capita ane word ekkadochina, it means per person. So because India has a huge population, so because of the India's huge population, what happens, whenever there is a per capita consumption, India's is always low. So be it per capita income, be it per capita GDP. So in any case, India's per capita income will be very less because we have a lot of population. So when we divide a lot of population with whatever India is producing, so it will always be low. So andukane India maybe having 5th highest GDP, but India's per capita GDP is very very low, maybe somewhere around 100. So alane its per capita CO2 emissions will be lower than the world average. Even if you don't know the fact, you can easily confidently mark it, because wherever there is a word per capita, India is usually ranking very lower on those things. So okay, so if you see, this is wrong statement and this is correct, this is correct. So how many are incorrect? Only one is incorrect. So again, కొంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే దే విల్ మార్క్ ఆల్ ద క్వశ్చన్ కరెక్ట్లీ, బట్ దెన్ దే డోంట్ అబ్జర్వ్ దిస్. సో దీన్ని అబ్జర్వ్ చేయకపోవడం వల్ల దే విల్ లూజ్ ద మార్క్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ కామన్ మిస్టేక్. సో క్వశ్చన్ మొత్తం చదవండి, ఇట్ ఈస్ వర్త్ యువర్ టైం.